What started as a small group of concerned parents and friends in 1954 has grown to one of the largest providers of person-centered supports for adults with developmental disabilities in Polk County. For the past 60 years, a local nonprofit has been a pioneer in providing specialized training to developmentally disabled adults. Their story is coming up on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Jeremy Morady, and with me today is Shirley Balog, who is the president and CEO for the Alliance for Independence here in Polk County. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
I'd like to talk to you a little bit about you guys, your organization, a little bit of what you do and your history here in Polk County.
Well, as you said, we started as a small organization by some parents and some friends. Back in those days, most parents were told if you have a child that has a disability, you need to find an institution, take them there, and then leave them. And this group, and I'm so proud of this group, stood up to that and said, no, we really believe if we keep our sons and daughters at home, keep them in the community, and provide them with the services and opportunities that they should have, that they will learn and they can prosper. And that's how we started, and we have grown from there. And we saw early on, and we continue to see every single day, that they were right. Without proper opportunities and services, they will continue to grow and to learn and to become more independent.
Well, yeah, it's not just shoving them into a corner anymore, how it had been done in the past. And I know just, from experience, all the gains that are being made and the knowledge that, people are finding out how much these folks can contribute, not just shoving you aside anymore.
Oh, you're absolutely right. We focus on the capabilities, and they're huge. Every time you provide an opportunity for anyone to learn, they grasp it. They're like sponges. They can't wait to learn more and do more and experience more. And every single day, we are seeing all the different things they can do. A good example was a couple years ago, we started an art studio. And we knew some of our clients would have talent in the art world, but really had not had the opportunity to express that. We were so excited and continue to be so excited about some of the work they're producing. We've had art shows here in town. We've had art shows in Bartow. They are able to sell their work, and they have, and earn extra revenue. But it's so exciting to see whether they're working in watercolor or oils or acrylics or chalk. They're learning techniques. They're just doing all kinds of wonderful things. And again, it's the opportunity, and they're seizing that.
Well, now you guys serve primarily adults, correct?
Yes, all of our clients are adults. They have intellectual or developmental disabilities.
How many clients do you guys have now?
Right now, we're serving an average of 100 a day.
100 a day?
Yes.
Okay. And what types of services do you guys offer?
Well, our whole program is centered around healthy living and healthy lifestyles and becoming more independent. So some of the programs we have a culinary training program, and within that program, we have beginning, intermediate, advanced, and baking and decorating. And we focus on what is healthy, what does a healthy plate look like, which is a real learning experience for many of us. And also how to take some of the things you really, really like that maybe aren't as good as they should be and make it healthier. So they're learning about that. But the healthy plate was a real learning experience for everybody, because it used to be whatever the size of the plate, that was healthy when you piled it on. And they've learned about that. And we have themes, so we take a different state and maybe concentrate on some of the specialties from that state or country. And so they're also learning a lot about cultures and just different things around the world when it comes to culinary. As I said, we have the art studio, and that also has a beginning, intermediate, advanced, and a just for fun class. Being healthy means you also have some good, solid leisure skills and a way to learn to relax and how to just use your time in a positive way. Again, we've seen some unbelievable artwork come out of there, and we continue to see that. We have a horticulture program, and everything that is grown in that program goes down to culinary. Any waste from culinary comes back up to the compost pile in horticulture, and we also recycle the water. So they're learning about all those different processes
Nice circle
through the
of
program.
things going on, yeah.
And then we have a healthy lifestyle program where, again, you and I know how to exercise. We may not like it, but we know how to exercise. Our folks are, many of them are middle-aged or older. And when you learn to be a couch potato, it is extremely difficult to change that behavior. So through this program, we're teaching them how important exercise is to begin with, but also how to do it and have fun. Dancing is so much fun, and they have learned to dance. They've learned the steps now, so it's even more fun, and it's great exercise.
So is this like typical, the traditional ballroom dancing type stuff?
Well, we do some ballroom, but we do salsa. We had a doctor of physical therapy come in and do cardio salsa with us. But even just the cha-cha slide and the Macarena, when we have our get-togethers now, we have cookouts and we have dances, instead of 4 or 5 getting up and doing the Macarena, we have 30 or 40 getting up to do the Macarena, because now they know the steps. And it's a great social activity, but it's a lot more fun to dance and exercise than it is to do some of the other things for exercise.
Yeah, certainly.
We also found a lot of our folks have Wiis at home, but they weren't allowed to use them. So we taught them how to use them. And again, this is great because whether it's dance or using the Wii or any of those things, it doesn't make any difference if you're ambulatory or non-ambulatory. You can exercise.
Sure.
You can have fun. You can have good leisure skills. So we're teaching all of that. Plus we had some equipment donated, the bicycles and the treadmills and things. So they've also learned how to safely use that. So the whole combination, again, is just for learning healthy behaviors, learning healthy habits, and practicing those habits. In that program, we also started a couple years ago a Biggest Loser program. We have 5 extremely competitive teams. They're weighed on a regular basis. Their blood pressures are taken on a regular basis. In fact, when we started our Healthy Lifestyle program 4 years ago, it was pretty scary what we found with some of the blood pressures, and realized that we really needed to get some folks to the doctor pretty quick.
Oh, wow.
We did that. We coordinated that with their families and the family doctor. Was that just because of
their lifestyle, or any of that related to some of the difficulties that they face? Or?
Well, I think it's more a combination of not seeing a doctor on a regular basis and getting overweight, not exercising, all the things that contribute to higher blood pressure. But we were so excited because within 6 months, all 4 of those individuals were back in the normal range. So we continue to take blood pressures and their weights on a regular basis. If we see anybody starting to creep up, we go ahead and make sure that we coordinate the efforts with the family or the caregivers and make sure that they follow through with a medical professional. And that has really made a big difference. But the Biggest Loser program has given that extra impetus because they are so competitive, to go ahead and make sure that their team is the winning team every year when we announce the awards. And so they're always excited to weigh in and see how they're doing. And I just remember before we started this program, we asked one of our individuals what a healthy plate was. And she said, I have one for lunch. I have bologna sandwich and chips and a Coke. And I said, why does that make that a healthy plate? She said, because there's 3 separate items. So we knew we had a lot of work to do. We knew we had a lot of work to do. Now, when I walk through the cafeteria, they get excited because they're showing me the carrot sticks and the celery sticks and the water instead of the sodas. We're going through water so much more now than we are sodas. It's just a whole lifestyle change, and they've learned it, and they've taken it home. So now the families are also getting into the act.
Okay.
And so it's really compounding as far as the effect of the program.
You guys have a fundraiser coming up, is that correct?
Yes, we do. It's going to be our 61st annual community recognition dinner and auction. This is our opportunity every year to thank the community, thank the individuals, the service clubs, the businesses for their support over the past year. One of our reasons we changed our name to Alliance for Independence, obviously our mission is to become more independent for our clients, but it takes an alliance of this community to make our program work. So this is our opportunity to thank everybody and recognize their efforts to help make sure that our clients keep moving forward.
So what all are you going to have at the dinner?
Okay, it's at the Lakeland Center on September 29th, and at 5:30 the auction starts, and we've got some great some great things lined up for the auction for people to bid on this year, including some of the artwork that they've made. And then at 6:45 we have a really nice dinner, and again we have the recognition of our supporters, and Mark and Patty Bostic are our honorary chairs this year, so we're very excited to have them on board, and they'll say a few words about their experience with the organization and how much they enjoy it and support it, and it's just a really, really nice evening.
Sounds wonderful.
It is.
Well, you know, I mean, you guys have just done, you know, so much good in the community. What types of changes do you see, you know, coming down your way and looking at these adults and, you know, their needs and getting that independence? You said most of them are middle-aged, is that right?
Most are, yes.
Okay, so you're looking at 30s, 40s?
30s, 40s, early 50s.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about how those types of things have changed with your organization and how you serve them? I know, I mean, with the nutrition and things like that, but is a program you guys are doing now, how has that changed over the years?
Well, when I first started back in 1974, we were pretty much mandated on what we could offer, and it was pretty limited. And it was more of us telling the individuals what they should have, what kind of program they needed, and we would direct that for them. We weren't that far away from having institutions for what they called for the feeble-minded. And in fact, in the early 70s, they didn't even have a program yet for exceptional student education in the school system. So all that was coming on board back in the mid-70s. Since then, we have expanded the programs, expanded the opportunities, looked a lot at inclusion in the community. This community has a lot of natural supports, the YMCA, the city recreation, just the library, the art museum, just a lot of different things where anybody who is a member of this community can go and experience. And so we wanted to make sure they learned how to do that and how to access the natural supports that are here. So we've done a lot of work on that. In addition, because we saw the more opportunities they had, the more they learned and the more they wanted to learn, we wanted to make sure that the program was client-driven, not driven by what we thought they should learn, but by what they wanted to learn and what they felt they needed to have to become more independent. So our program is now client-driven. And if there's a certain type of program they would like to have, a certain type of curriculum they would like to add to the program, we do everything we can to do that. Recently we added social media. 5, 6, 7 years ago, none of our clients knew about computers and how to access that. Now they're all on computers. They know how to get on the internet. They know how to do that safely. They have Facebook pages, email pages, which is great to communicate with family and friends. And also in the social media class, they've learned how to use all the different types of equipment, from iPad, notebooks, and the different equipment. And we also, because of their request, added photography classes. So now they're learning photography and some of the techniques you use in photography. They also really enjoy writing. So they asked for a poetry class and creative writing class. So they do short stories, they do poetry. We've been published in the Ledger. We have one gentleman has his short story on Amazon for sale.
Oh, wonderful.
So again, we're seeing things that without the opportunity, they would have never had the chance to get into that and really see how creative they are and how capable they are. So we've added that. We have a big vocational program, and as we can offer more there for them to learn more skills, we try to do that. We have a large commercial sewing department, and believe it or not, most of the individuals working in that department are the guys.
No kidding.
Well, initially they said, no, that's for the girls, but it pays pretty well. We're under very strict wage and hour guidelines, and it pays well. So we have 4 male sewers, and the main cutter of all the material and patterns is a guy. So they do very, very good work. It's outstanding work. And then we do a lot of work for Publix. All of the benefit packages for all of the associates throughout all of Publix is packaged at the agency.
Oh, wonderful.
So we do that. We do about 1,500 and some packages a week. And do that. So again, client driven. They wanted the art studio, they wanted the culinary, they wanted the horticulture, they wanted woodworking. So we started a woodworking class. And they make everything from the planter wagons to birdhouses to whatever they would like to make. And again, they can sell those if they want and make some additional money for themselves.
Well, you guys are just doing some fantastic work.
We're very excited. We're very
Yeah,
excited about what we're seeing.
It's very exciting. So, well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing that with us.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.
For the past 60 years, Alliance for Independence has been a pioneer in providing specialized training to developmentally disabled adults. They offer individuals with disabilities the avenues to explore and experience personal growth and achievement through awareness education, community resources, and personal relationships. As the individuals they serve dream of employment, relationships, community involvement, and a more independent way of life, the services provided by AFI are more important than ever. For more information, you can give them a call at 863-665-3846 or look them up on the web at www.afi-fl.org.